I'm sharing the 5 characteristics of an elegant person today on the Daily Connoisseur. Hello everyone, Jennifer L. Scott here, and welcome back to my channel. I am the author of Polish Your Poise with Madame Chic, Lessons in Everyday Elegance. And I am very passionate about elegance, about being an elegant person, presenting myself that way, and teaching others to do the same. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 characteristics of an elegant person. The first characteristic of an elegant person, and these are in no particular order, is that they move elegantly. Now, I'm putting this one first because this is the one that I personally struggle with the most. Everything else on the list, I'm doing pretty good with it. I am constantly filming myself for YouTube. I am aware of what I look like. If I wasn't filming myself, I wouldn't know. So I always recommend, even if you are not a YouTuber, to film yourself. Just set up the camera and go tidy up the living room or clean the kitchen or get dressed, or, I mean, not on camera, but, you know, just walk around in front of the camera basically and see what your posture is like, how you carry yourself, because so much of the time we have no idea that our posture is bad. Now, I'm sitting here for you and I have good posture. I'm very aware of what I'm doing right now. I'm speaking to you about elegance, so I'm trying to have my best posture. But when you are, sitting down talking to a friend or working at your computer or walking around the house or out in public, what is your posture like? Now, another key element to this is how you move. And it's easiest to pay attention to this when you are at home. So I tend to have very rapid movements. I am an efficient person and I just go fast, So I'm walking fast. I'm constantly like, if I need to set the table, it's fast. And this is something else that I've noticed from filming myself, is that when I'm doing things, I'm just doing it so quickly. Now, there's nothing wrong in that, except for that it has a rushed feeling, and my feelings of rushing myself affect my elegance. So I make it a point to really slow down my movements and exaggerate them. And like I've mentioned in other videos, I like to glide around the house rather than stomp around the house, which is what my inclination is to do. So elegant people are in the present moment, they are calm, they have good posture, and that is what we are going to work on together. The second characteristic of an elegant person is that they speak elegantly. Now, of course, we know we should try to clean up our language. And if you are in the habit of cursing frequently, it might be time to tone that down a bit and focus on having clean language, especially if you are frequently around children. But it's not just about swearing, it's also about the content of what you say, as well as how you say it. So as far as the content goes, to go a bit deeper than trying to clean up your language, it's really about speaking positive, life-giving words and not complaining and being negative all the time. Now, there's a place for venting and everything. I have absolutely been there, but it's about uplifting others with your speech. And then the third part to this is how you speak. And this is a big one, I think, especially for mothers. The volume with which we speak. So have you ever been with someone, or maybe you're like this yourself, who has called for their kids right in front of you, but then out of nowhere they just yelled like, "Kids, time to go!" Okay, like right in your face. So this has happened to me all the time. And I've also been this person as well, where I have called for my children and just really yelled for them, or in the house or out in public. So elegant people refrain from screaming and yelling. It's just not pleasant for other people. And part of elegance is being respectful for the people around you. So if you find this, if you find yourself yelling for your children or calling them, loudly, let's say you have a big house and they're at one end and you're at the other, try to come up with different ways that you can call them. You might have an old-fashioned intercom system. There might be something that you do like ring a bell or text message them or whatever it is. But if you can avoid yelling, that is another step toward elegance. I hope you're enjoying the videos so far. I'd like to take a minute to tell you about Typology, who have kindly sponsored today's video. Typology is a wonderful French skincare line that I have been using for years. And of course, elegant people always take care of their skin. Typology is one of my all-time favorite skincare brands. It's vegan and cruelty-free, and their products are formulated and manufactured in France. Their formulations are short and minimalist as they keep only the essentials in their products. I love them. I enjoy using everything Typology, from their amazing cleansers, scrubs, and masks to their 9-ingredient face moisturizer and hand cream. I also love their tinted line. I live in the tinted face and lip serums, especially in the summertime. Another Typology favorite of mine is their Glow Drops with 5% vitamin C and aloe vera. They give my skin an amazing ethereal glow. I use Typology every day and I highly recommend them. So click on my link below and receive a free organic orange blossom hydrolate with your purchase of $40 or more with Typology. The third characteristic for an elegant person is that they act elegantly. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, of course, of course we should try to act elegantly and be that. But I have to tell you, the more you practice and the more you make this a way of life for yourself, the more you become it. And it is no longer an act, it is simply who you are. And that is the goal. So the test for this goal is when you are confronted with out-of-the-ordinary situations that throw you for a loop. How do you respond? For years, I would hold it together with everything. I would be, happy with my behavior and how I was internally and externally being elegant. And then something happens out of nowhere that would bother me and I would completely lose my cool. All elegance would fly out the window. And it's usually maybe it might be with people in your family, right? People you feel comfortable with, or your children. Or maybe it's something like if you work in customer service, like somebody just really bothers you and you lose it with them. Or with, I don't know, anything. We've all had these experiences where we think, what just happened? Why did I get so heated about this? Okay, so the more you practice being an elegant person, the more crazy out of the ordinary situations are not going to throw you, and that's how you know that you have almost achieved mastery. So let me tell you a quick story that happened to me the other day. I shared this in my private membership group a few weeks ago. So I was at Starbucks with my children and we were sitting on the patio. And it was my daughter's birthday, and that's what she wanted for her breakfast. So we were all enjoying our drinks and our breakfast. And there were two women in the parking lot who were having an argument. To cut a long story short, they were arguing, and including like physical altercations, right? They were grabbing things from each other and screaming. They, for some reason, walked toward me, and they were walking toward me to tell me what was happening. It was very weird. And they were fighting. And I stood up and I put out my hand and I said, "Stop, not in front of my children." And that completely shocked them. And they both stopped fighting. They were like, "Oh, okay." And they were like, sure, I'm sorry, And then they were still telling me what was happening. I suggested that they call the police. They did, and it was dispersed. But, after it happened, I was really happy with how I responded to that situation. I was able to remain calm, to remain assertive and firm and level-headed. I stood up, I protected my children, I told them that this needed to end right away in an authoritative manner, and they listened to me. So anyway, I was really pleased with that because I thought, all of this time, all of this practice, this is what I want. Because it's easy in those situations to get involved in the fight, or to maybe say something that you're not proud of, or react in a way that could, result in a dangerous situation. And so, afterwards, my kids said, "Mom, you handled that really well. That was great." And I thought, thank you. This is just exactly what I am going for. I am going for, peace and elegant behavior, especially in stressful situations like that. Of course, acting elegantly is about how you act in your daily life, how you act in stressful circumstances like that, but also how we treat others. And the biggest mark of an elegant person is that they are kind and compassionate to other people. The fourth characteristic of an elegant person is that they present themselves well. And of course, that involves dressing elegantly. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to dress like me or dress like, a fashion icon of the past like Audrey Hepburn. It means that you express your true style authentically and that you enjoy doing so, and that you dress appropriately for every occasion. And the more you embrace this and the more you express yourself like this, not only the easier it becomes, but the funner it becomes, and it just becomes who you are. And you will be known for this. People will just start to associate you with elegance. And when you present yourself well, doors open for you. I was thinking about the two ladies in the parking lot at Starbucks, and I was wondering why, out of all of the people on the patio, because there were a lot of us, why they came up to me. Why did they tell me about their problems? And I actually don't know. But I was well dressed, and maybe they thought that I was a safe person to speak to about this. Because when you present yourself well, you are giving off an energy of thoughtfulness because you took thought in your appearance. So I don't know if that's why they came up to me, but obviously all they had were visuals, and they just went on appearances, and they chose me to tell their problem to. So dressing elegantly is not only for yourself, but other people. And I have a quote here from Tom Ford, who said, "Dressing well is a form of good manners." And it absolutely is. The final characteristic of an elegant person is that they think elegantly. And what I mean by this is that elegant people are lifelong learners. They love to read, they love to continue to educate themselves, maybe through YouTube videos or taking online classes or taking in-person classes. Or they love to do puzzles, crosswords, playing games, things that enrich their minds. They also love to seek out the arts and go to art galleries or plays or ballets or concerts and immerse themselves in the arts. As for entertainment, elegant people are less likely to be constantly binge watching TV or channel surfing. The things that they do watch are chosen selectively, so you're less likely to sit mindlessly in front of the TV and just kind of waste time watching things that you don't really care about. Now, some people do struggle with this. I think the modern version of this would be doom scrolling, or going on social media, just constantly scrolling and looking at your apps, Instagram, or whatever it is. And so to get away from that, you do have to detox from it, I find, because I used to watch so much television. That was my vice. I watched so much television, I can't even believe it, because now I don't watch any. If there's a good show, every now and then I will watch a good show, but other than that, I mainly read as my major form of entertainment, and I also watch YouTube videos. So really, it's just about thinking, okay, what do I want to do more of? If you would like to read more and doom scroll less, then set the timer every day and get into the habit of reading, maybe for a half hour a day. Pick up a good book, one that you've always wanted to read, and build that muscle for reading again, and really get into it. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I would love to know which of these 5 characteristics you are the best at and which you struggle with the most. Let us know in the comment section down below. And thank you to Typology for sponsoring. Click on my link below and receive a free organic orange blossom hydrolate with your purchase of $40 or more with Typology. Thank you for watching, everyone. Keep calm and remain classy, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.